in a sense, we all become desensitized not only to violence, but also to treating each other with love, respect, dignity, and just peace. Part of the story, President on phone. We got tuned in here with the one and only. Peace and love, y'all. It's your brother A.D.V.I.S.S, and we are back with another episode of W.O.W, which is Words of Wisdom. And for today's Words of Wisdom, I have a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. And the quote reads, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." Now, when I heard this quote, which shouts out to Brainy Quote, it's where I get a good amount of my quotes, or I just run across them at times, or also have them come from off the top of my head. But when reading and finding this quote, it was very, very relevant to the time and what we're going through right now, of tit for tat and needing to do this or that to always get somebody back, or retaliation of either it can be in a righteous way or just retaliation because something was done, harm to someone's ego, maybe actual harm where someone is no longer on this earth. But the quote in itself, while I'm just reflecting on it, really made me think about, again, if we continue to have this back and forth, this tit for tat, this you owe me, I owe you, or I'm going to get you and then you're going to get me back, it goes to show that when we do that, we lose sight of not only who we are, but lose sight of our humanity. Shouts out to Ozay Moore, and there's a song called "Running." He did a remix, and one of the bars too that I think of in relation to this quote is that humans end up being okay with what isn't humane. Pharmaceuticals masking the pain. Humans are cool with what isn't humane, and who is to blame? So I know I'm butchering a little bit. I'll probably put a snippet, but it's very, very telling of, again, if we're going tit for tat, eye for eye, and then it makes the whole world blind. I mean, in a sense, we all become desensitized not only to violence, but also to treating each other with love, respect, dignity, and just peace, because of the fact that you took a piece of my stuff, so now I need to take that piece back from you. And I know it can be just, of course, in a sense of to keep yourself secure, as well as to, retrieve something back that was rightfully yours. But once we continue to stay posted on that and begin to focus heavily on getting something back and basically going eye for eye, we start to, again, lose sight of what truly matters, or what we're truly trying to do in this world. And even if you're not too sure of what your goal or your mission is, to figure out and truly aspire to be great in this world, I can tell you one thing for sure: arguing with somebody back and forth on social media, or getting involved in drama and conflict, will definitely lead you astray. And if you're not able to resolve a lot of that stuff, those unresolved issues will show its ugly face. Now, am I exempt from all of this myself? No. I've been through the process of trying to go tit for tat for people, and it's wasted my time. It's also got me stuck in instances where I wasn't able to grow and really look outside the box and be reflective of what I'm doing now, and understanding that each experience that you have is a testament to learning and gaining some type of wisdom, or enhance knowledge, but applying what you learn day in and day out to turn into wisdom. But that quote in itself, again, said an eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. It's just very, very telling of where we are at as a people, as a nation, as a world, when we lose the insight and we lose the meaning. You know, man has been searching for meaning. We search for meaning each day. And when we decide to lose sight of that, close our eyes and become ignorant and, basically turn a blind eye to a lot of this stuff, we don't find out, or we don't have our why anymore. You don't know why you're doing this, like as in improvement wise, but you know why, that you're trying to get back at that person. It's because you felt wronged in some particular way. But when you try to do that, again, it really is hurting you at the end of the day. And then you're hurting someone else, which then creates a cycle of hurting people. And I think it's enough hurt in this world right now. It's enough hurt. It's enough struggle. There's enough pain. And trying to add more hurt and more pain on someone's plate can end up having them just spiral and go into these bouts of insanity, just like a whole group of other folks. I mean, what you're seeing on TV, what you are seeing throughout what's happening through the nation and in the world globally, it's a testament to some of this stuff. Now, coming from, Mahatma Gandhi, I know it's a different time frame and a different issue. I mean, he was a lawyer, he was an activist. There's many different things. And he has a very colored past. And what I mean by colored past, he has some things that, makes him human, were very disagreeable. But at the end of the day, learning from people and the messages that they bring, no matter who the person may end up being, and if it's a helpful piece that helps you to grow as a person, you take it on, and if it makes sense. If it doesn't, then again, you just push it to the side. But again, an eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. It really makes you lose sight of truly what needs to be done. And then you'll be fumbling through life because you're blind, not knowing to where you need to go. You don't know what the next path is. And just to also just add a bit of my own experiences in it too before this thought finishes. The times, especially, I'll just give a real quick good example. The times where I really felt wronged by somebody and really wanted to get back at them really had to do with my very caring, nice, and very carefree nature. So in my mind is a fairy tale of like nobody can do wrong. And what I meant by nobody can do wrong, giving them the benefit of the doubt, as in they're not only just out for their own greed and their own pleasure and benefit, but more so as something that's more communal, just because of the way that, again, I was raised. I was raised with a lot of these values and these purposes and pursuits. So when you came across somebody else who had a different value system and you're very trusting with a lot of this stuff, it really led me down a path at a point of being really frustrated and upset of like, why are people trying to get over on me when all I'm trying to do is either help or just want to be a part of something. But that helped me to learn how to read the room. It helped me to learn how to move accordingly and really give the energy to those who are deserving of it. Not saying I'm this almighty powerful being or I'm on a higher pedestal than other people, but no, understanding how to protect your energy and how important that is, because people will take advantage of you if you are an easy lick. And what I mean by easy lick is that if you're a person that is very gullible and willing to be like that and helpful, oh, you're going to get that reality check quick. But harboring that when coming to that realization, it did hurt me for a while because of the fact that I was very trusting to people, and my trust was broken in those numerous occasions, whether if, again, I was loaning out money or I was being able to share like my video games, people stealing my games, my cards. Like at that point in time, I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like people going out then stealing my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like thinking it's a nice trade when person never come back. Just a lot of broken promises, even from adults. And like bottling that up and not wanting to share it and just want to go back and like get at somebody, it led me down that path of destruction and like getting in trouble. Like that's what would happen in schools. I would be getting in trouble, be causing so much turmoil just because of the fact that that's how I felt inside. And this is all like wrapped into my own, you know, traumas and things that happen. But once I got over and understood that it's not fully about me, and that learning how to protect my energy and not go tit for tat with somebody and wasting your time, it just helped me move along and really stop wanting to sweat the small stuff. So again, an eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world go blind, because we decide we need to get back at somebody, whether if it's for the protection of our ego, or again to rightfully get somebody back because they've wronged someone within our family, our loved ones, feelings, thoughts, ideas, all of these things. But it's truly going to lead us down a path of destruction and lead us to a place where we don't even know where we're going. We lose sight of who we truly are and what we want. So I appreciate y'all listening to me ramble. This was just my inner thoughts on this quote, again, by Mahatma Gandhi, which is an eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world go blind. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning in, listening to me ramble and talk again on the camera. It's always good. I hope all is well with y'all. I hope y'all are keeping your pace, patience, awareness, consistency, and empathy, and you're having fun with that process, which you're fostering understanding naturally, never forcing it. But with that being said, I've been your brother A.D.V.I.S.S. This has been Words of Wisdom. Wow. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.